What's going on, guys? Dudley here, and welcome back to a little bit of Advanced Warfare. We're playing Free-For-All on Detroit, and this is probably one of my favorite maps for Free-For-All. It's just one of the maps where I can actually predict the spawns really well. And there's like this one route that you guys will see plenty of in the video, where if you run back and forth, you can actually stay pretty safe without staying in one place the entire time, and you can actually pick off a few kills and get yourself on a few nice kill streaks. But we're using the KF5 Endless, and I think this is probably the best SMG that you could use. As of recently, I've been using the SN6 Hammer, and that's actually been pretty good as well. But this, I still think, as of right now, without like any changes to the weapons, because I don't think any have been made for Xbox One, this still seems to be the best SMG, and that's because it's actually useful in this game. At least at close range. Sometimes at far range it will let you down, especially if everybody else is using the BAL, which sometimes happens. Get into a lobby where just everyone and their mother is using the BAL, and that's okay, I guess. There's no reason not to use it if it's the only gun that's working at the moment. But apparently it got patched on the Xbox 360, and hopefully there will be a patch soon enough when it comes to the Xbox One, and hopefully that'll set everything to a balance where everything is actually able to be used. And I'm really looking forward to them upgrading the range on the SMGs, because the SMGs are really good at close range. Like, they'll absolutely tear you apart close range, but it seems like at medium range, where they should still be useful, they just are so bad. This guy, I don't know what he's done, trying to do, getting out of the map, I guess. But what I wanted to talk about was getting gameplays with really high KDs. And the reason I wanted to talk about that was because a few days ago I watched a video from Hutch, and he was actually talking about how in this game, a lot of people, one of the complaints in this game is that there's supposedly skill-based matchmaking, and I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's any way to prove that. I guess the developers would have to say yes, there is match-based game making, and I don't know if they have, because I'm not the type of guy to keep up with news on the games that I play. I'll be honest with you. The most that I keep up with are updates that happen on the game, but other than that, I'm not really looking for too much information on the game. I'm just there to play it. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But one of the bigger complaints has been about the game is that there's been skill-based matchmaking, and well, there's two problems that go hand in hand. There's skill-based matchmaking and connections, and the reason those two go hand in hand is because what ends up happening is that because this game doesn't care about your connection, or rather, I can't say that, but because it's focused more on matchmaking, according to whoever came up with this theory, it will put you into lobbies where people are at your level rather than with the best connection. So that affects your connection, because you're not getting people who are local to you, but rather people who could be in different states, different countries, depending on their skill level. So that's one of the complaints. Another complaint is that skill-based matchmaking just makes the game a little bit harder, and that's an issue for some people, because a lot of people have, because of the Call of Duty community and how it's been portrayed in YouTube, it's turned into a game where if you don't go 30-0, or if you don't go 30-5 or whatever in a free-for-all, it's not a good game, you know, which is absolutely ridiculous, because the point of free-for-all, let's say, is to win the game, to get 30 kills before all of your other opponents, and if you do that, you clearly were the better player, you clearly won the game, and there's no way to dispute that. But it's turned into a thing where if you don't go 30-5, and even if you win the game, if you went like 30-20, 30-15, you didn't do good. You won the game, but you sucked at winning, is apparently what's going on. And that's the same thing for domination, free-for-all. I keep saying free-for-all, team deathmatch, like any other game type that you see on YouTube. It seems to be that for whatever reason, if you're not going that 30-5, if you're not getting that 5 KD or that 6 KD, you're not good at the game. And to go along with that, it's turned into, not only are certain gameplays not allowed, or I say not allowed because they're not, they're not liked because of their KD, but it also turns into the fact that people, when they play the game, they keep this in mind, and they are so hard on themselves that when you don't go 30-5, you feel like you did bad, and that obviously doesn't let you enjoy the game, because now you're criticizing yourself on playing a game. Like, first of all, you're supposed to be playing for fun, but you're no longer doing that because you are too focused on that KD and you don't enjoy the game. And I found that really, really interesting. Again, we're talking about Hutch's video, and I completely agree with that, because in Call of Duty Ghost, the last Call of Duty that I played, if you guys watched the few uploads that I had on that game, because I didn't enjoy that game overall very much, but I had a few uploads, and if you guys go back and look at them, a majority of them are chem strikes. And in that game, because I didn't enjoy it, it got to the point where the only thing that I cared about was getting a 25 kill streak and calling in a chem strike, and if it wasn't a chem strike, it wasn't a gameplay, and I did horribly, which is absolutely ridiculous, because the point of that game is not to get a chem strike. The point of the game is to have fun and win the game. Like those are the only two options. But I turned it into, if I don't get a chem strike, then I did horrible that game, and that just does not make sense. And when I saw the video, Hutch's video, I realized that he was absolutely correct. I was so focused on Call of Duty Ghosts on doing well. And look at that nice little triple feed right there. But I was so good. I was so focused on Call of Duty Ghosts, on getting that chem strike, that's all I cared about in that game, and I actually didn't even enjoy the game. And now I kind of wonder, like, what would have happened if there wasn't a chem strike and I wasn't focused on that? Would I have liked the game a little bit more? Would I have not been so hard on myself when playing that game for gameplay? And that's kind of the thing that got me thinking. Another thing that happened that day was that I was in a domination match, and it was a really close domination match. We ended up winning the game by 1 point, and I think I went something like 25-32. I went negative that game, but that game was genuinely fun because of how close it was and how many caps and defense I got. Like, it was genuinely fun. But the thing is, that gameplay will never see the light of day on YouTube because it's not a 30-5. It's not a good KD. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. The video is coming to a close, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, have a great day or night to anyone who's watching this. Peace.